Hello, brothers. It's once again time for spooky stories from Soviet Russia. So, once upon a time, there was a man going along his daily routine. He was passing through Moscow. He stayed at the hotel. Now, this hotel was known to be haunted. A curse would fall on anyone who stayed there. So, this man, he got up in the morning, went out for the day. While he was gone, police officers came because they suspected him of a murder. After investigating the site for the day, they could find no evidence to support their leanings, but they couldn't just leave without any evidence. They didn't want to appear like failures, so they searched harder and harder till they found one time when he failed to pay for his meal at the restaurant. So they laid in wait for him because they were frustrated they couldn't find him. He comes back, but he got suspicious of something, so he didn't return. He got suspicious that there was an ambush or something. The Russian cops were infuriated. They didn't like to be shown up like this. So the police chief on the case swore to capture and kill him. Years later, they found him. They brought him in. They got him into the decapitator. There was a machine that would lock your knees in tight and blow your kneecaps out with shotgun blasts. So they laid him on his back, clamped his knees down. Shots rang out. His legs were severed. He bled out. But what they did not know about this curse is that it would follow whoever killed him. So, instantly, the police officer, that chief police, who had set out on this mission so long ago for vengeance, shriveled up, turned into a skeleton, and every police officer who was loyal to him followed suit. Years later, when the Tsar was being replaced, this Tsar swore his allegiance to him. The chant at his inauguration, "I am the same, I am the same, I am the same." As he was chanting, his skin started to crack and peel away. His flesh thinned and vanished. Now his skeleton, rickety, still chanting until it crumbled. And everyone in the crowd who also was chanted along with him followed suit. And that is the curse of the haunted hotel in Moscow.
I'm going to tell you a short and scary ghost story. I begin tugging him into bed, and he tells me, "Daddy, check for monsters under my bed." I look underneath for his amusement and see him, another him, under the bed. Ooh, scary. Staring back at me, quivering and whispering, "Daddy, there's somebody on my bed." Oh no, I guess that means, wait, Which son is my son?
Ah, yes, very good. We are here for a creepy Russian ghost story. In Soviet Russia, these stories we tell, they might put you on the edge of your seat. These stories so creepy, so scary, they make you jump out of your skin. Without any further ado, I will tell you the most scary story I ever have. It was the day before Halloween Eve, when Russia was plagued by a giant man-eating rat. There was a spirit supposedly responsible for all of this creepy stuff that's happening with rats. These giant rats were the size of grizzly bears. They ripped you for limb. You saw them ravaging street, tearing people apart. I was scared. I was only a wee little child when it happened. My parents said, "Go hide, for this giant rat will rip you to shreds." I went and hid in the basement. They locked the door. My parents stood out front the door with a shotgun. Before I knew what happened, I heard shotgun blast, and I heard giant rats squealing and gnawing and chewing. I was scared for my life. What happens next will shock you. Viewer discretion advised. Rattling and clanking and scratching and gnawing and clawing at that door. I was scared. I did not know what to do. And suddenly, I looked behind me, and at the glass window peeking through the little basement window was a giant rat, his eyes the size of a bear's, his claws tearing at the window, trying to break it. But it did not scare me. For Soviet Russia, we do not get scared of things that are right in front of us, only things we cannot see. I did what anybody would do in said situation. I looked the rat dead in the eyes and I said, "In Soviet Russia, you fear me, not this way." So the rat turned around, went back to its master and said, "This boy, he's quite interesting. You might want to see him." So I sat in the basement, wondering what happened to my parents, seeing as the door was still locked. I still need to find a way to get out of basement. It was very dark, very spooky. I could not see anything. I tried to unlock the door by putting a bobby pin I found on the floor into the lock. I was not able to open it. But then, suddenly, when I was sitting at the door crying, because I did not know what had happened, I hear footsteps approaching the door. And then I hear a ghostly howl, very creepy sound. And the door, it unlocks, and a man standing there, very faint blue glow from his skin. It was the ghost responsible for the rats. He reached down, grabbed me by the collar, lifted me up and said, "Boy, you must be very, very scared right now." And I said, "Yes, but not of you." He looks me in the face and he says, "Do you know what happened to your parents?" I said, "I don't want to know. It will only make me upset." He's like, "Good for you, little boy. You have made the right decision. For now I shall claim your life." And then at that moment he was about to kill me when I saw a knife laying on the floor in my father's hands. I looked down and see the mess that the rats had made of my parents. I picked the knife up and I tried to strike down the ghost. It did not work, but he was in fact scared and startled, so he put me down and ran away. He was scared of me. And so, that is the ghost story. It was real, true story. Trust me, I know true story when I say it. It is not fake. I did not make up at all. Trust me, I am very reliable. Anyways, tune in for other creepy Russian stories next year. Also, go ahead and hit that like button and anything else. Your comments and your likes and your subscribes mean a lot to us, even if we are a small channel right now. And we'll see you in the next video. Take care.